Is it Joey, the bootlegging cowboy who is seen leaning against a pole? Or is it Native Americans from the Zuni tribe whose spirits are attached to the mine's wood? These are the stories haunting investigations will find out. This episode of Haunting Investigations takes us to historical downtown Louisville. Louisville lies in Boulder County, roughly 6 miles east of the city of Boulder and 25 miles northwest of Denver. In August 1877, the first coal mine, the Welch Mine, was opened, and Louis Nowotny, a landowner in the area, turned his farmland into the town which he named for himself, Louisville. Louisville, Colorado's paranormal activity can be traced back to its coal mining origins. In the late 1800s, the mining companies tunneled for coal under the town's main street. But the influx of crime families had another idea for the tunnels. During Prohibition, the mining tunnels were used by bootleggers to distill and sell illegal alcohol, and to travel back and forth between the speakeasies. According to legend, a tragedy occurred in the tunnel directly under the building that currently houses the Melting Pot restaurant. A still exploded in the tunnel, killing 3 bootleggers and sealing the shaft. Because of the danger in the damaged shaft, it took rescue workers days to exhume 2 of the bodies. The third was never found. Apparitions of the third bootlegger have been witnessed ever since. Some members of the staff fondly refer to him as Joey.
Since I've been here at the Melting Pot, I've had quite a few experiences with our ghost Joey. He stands at the very top of the stairs every day, waiting for somebody to come around the corner. One day we had a new employee come into work, and he mentioned a ghost at the top of the stairs. Didn't know anything about him, didn't know we all saw him, but he saw him as well. Later, when our employee told another manager about Joey, we all thought it was a joke. We thought that he was making up stories, trying to be part of the gang, but really he saw Joey just as we all did.
More paranormal activity arrived in Louisville in the 1980s when a restaurateur decided to build a restaurant with a coal mining theme on Main Street. He purchased a 100-year-old mine shaft in New Mexico, disassembled it, and rebuilt it at the current location in Louisville. Unfortunately, he had ignored the warnings from elders of the Zuni tribe in New Mexico. The original mine had been built on sacred grounds, and in moving the shaft, the businessman had disturbed spirits. These spirits made the involuntary trip north to Colorado. Today, the building is the Melting Pot restaurant. The most common occurrences are footsteps, apparitions of a ghostly figure, and glasses being thrown.
Once when I was a rookie manager, I was here very late at night, and I was closing up. There were only a couple other people. It was actually only me and one other person, I believe, in the restaurant, maybe another 1 or 2 employees in the kitchen. And I walked down to the host stand, and we have these wells in the bar where above we hang the glasses. And at the time, we didn't have very many of the crystal glasses that we have now, so we had one lonely little glass pushed all the way back on those glass racks. And sometimes if the train would drive over, the glasses would shake, and if the glass racks were really full, one of the glasses would drop and fall straight down. But on this particular night, I had walked to the host stand, and the train was off, and it was very quiet and very still. And I was looking down, and all of a sudden, I just, out of the corner of my eye, see a wine glass just shoot straight out, cleared the bar, and just shattered into 1,000 tiny pieces. The biggest piece was, I don't know, not even the size of a quarter when I went to go see what exactly had happened. It took me a minute to realize that it was a glass because it was so quiet and it was so still, and it just took me by surprise. And then I just immediately left. I left all the lights on. I didn't finish cleaning. I just walked right out.
Sometimes the ghostly figures get a little too close for comfort for some of the workers. One night, a server was talking to a couple at a table and felt a person walking by. But this was the last table of the night, and it was only the 3 of them there. He then felt his neck hairs raise as a voice whispered, "Move." According to management, this server told the story that night, but then would tell himself that it didn't happen and he doesn't like talking about it. For now, the stories that come from the Melting Pot of Louisville staff are friendly, but at the same time, some staff members have a hard time being alone at night. While guests who dine at the Melting Pot of Louisville get a nice evening of fondue, they also have received some paranormal activity. The Melting Pot's mineshaft building of Louisville is a haunted place to investigate.